What's going on, everybody? We are back.
Hello, friends.
I'm here with my best friend.
That's right.
Brooklyn. Do you know what's funny? Is every time I open with that, you laugh. What if it's real? What if you're my best friend?
I'm smiling because it makes me happy.
No, you
yes,
went...
I am. No, I didn't.
I was silly.
No, I was thinking like bestie. That's right.
I feel like I have a little bit more like oomph with these podcasts now.
Yeah.
Because by all means, I could see the stats of like people listening to it, blah, blah, blah. But like sometimes I'm like, are these just bots? Are these real people? Mm-hmm. But we get a lot of people at the gym telling us like, oh yeah, I listened to the podcast. Or I was training someone yesterday, and this individual was being trained by Curtis, and like I can hear them like pointing and like talking about me. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, you do the podcast with Brooke, right? I'm like, yes, I do. So it was just thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thanks. I was actually thinking about that this morning too. Like anyone who has reached out and been like, oh, we love it, or like it feels good.
It does.
We appreciate the love.
It does. And we do it for you guys.
Yeah.
So I know
it's fun. Like we enjoy it, but it's really nice to know that people listen or like take something from it and learn, or like we're getting you thinking. I was talking to a client this morning about it, and she's like, I'm learning things, and she had some questions. So we were just chatting about it. And I was like, awesome. Educational, with a little bit of fun and opinions.
Yeah, opinions.
Opinions thrown in there.
Yeah, and I mean, we usually end the podcast by saying, but we'll start it by saying, like, if you guys have ideas, topics, things that you want us to cover, like, by all means, just
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah. So for today's topic, I will be honest, it's one that we've actually been wanting to talk about for quite a while. And
you and I have talked about it.
I was going to say, behind closed doors, Brooke and I do talk about this topic quite a bit. But it's pretty, like it can be controversial.
It can be a sensitive topic.
It can be very sensitive. For sure. So you might even notice, like, when we're talking about it, we're still uncomfortable about it.
Yeah,
and
like we shied away from this last week because I'm like, I got to have notes.
Yes.
And so I have notes, and I'm going to be looking at them a lot so I don't fuck up my thoughts and have things come out the wrong way.
Yes. And maybe we'll see even right now. Like our intro has been longer. We're tiptoeing around it.
Getting started.
We never ever want to. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm at a loss for words already. We never want to like call anyone out.
No.
We love when everybody is working out, all shapes, sizes, workout abilities. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Okay. Because I'm so nervous. What are we talking? What are we talking about? I'm just gonna be like this the whole time.
No, you got to contribute here. And I've felt like, as you know, pretty passionate or very opinionated on parts of this topic. So we're gonna share them. Today.
Okay, what are we talking about?
So like I said, I am gonna like read a lot from my notes to make sure that I
just say it. What are we talking about?
Okay, so body positivity was supposed to empower women, but is it actually holding some of us back? That is the question and the thought in the direction that we're going to go. I think that, the origin of this started with like inclusivity and trying to reject like toxic standards, which I think was great, but I think that it may have swung a little bit too far the other way.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yep.
Short question. Answers today.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like pose a question so you can think about it. I can think about it. People who are listening can think about it, and then we'll kind of evolve on it.
Love it.
Acceptance versus complacency. Where's the line between accepting yourself and settling? Can self-love become an excuse not to grow? And I think it can. And I've seen a lot of first of all, I'm going to say that I think self-love is very important. You cannot change, transform, or heal a body that you hate. I think everyone should love their bodies no matter where you are. Do I think that this has evolved to a story that are holding women back and becoming complacent? Absolutely. I think it's important to accept, but we need to look at more than just the body and the health, and it shouldn't be a reason to stay where you are and not progress in your health, not get better, not push your boundaries, and improve in areas.
We did a blog post, this was a few months back, where we talked about confidence. And I think confidence and self-love can really be one and the same. Mm-hmm. And, that's one thing that we really love is when individuals do come in and they're not as confident and they, start to work out. Maybe, clothes starts to fit a little bit different. They're eating a little bit cleaner, and we can see their confidence start to increase. And that's like the biggest win of all. So I think a lot of the times for me, when I'm thinking of this topic, the visual side of things, like how someone looks, I don't care. Like we need to love our bodies. We need to be confident. I think where it starts to get a little bit hairy for me is when we refuse to focus on our health.
Yeah.
So when it's like, yeah, I love my body, this is great, but then we're not we're not being healthy. We're eating whatever the heck we want. Yeah, we're proud of what we look like, and I think we should be, but we're eating like assholes. We're not walking. We're not moving, and it's like, yeah, we're all beautiful on the outside. However, is this healthy? Like, should we be promoting this? Like, would I want my kids to be going down this route, or do I want them to live like a healthy lifestyle? They're eating clean foods. They're moving well. They have good heart health. They're strong. Like, for me, that's where this topic, I start to become a little bit more passionate.
Yeah, I think that self-love can either inspire you to grow or just keep you okay with where you're at. It brings me to my next point, which is in order, is what you just said, like health versus aesthetic.
Oh, perfect. Sorry for cutting.
No, it was a great like segue into this. We've made body image all about size, but health isn't a size. And so this goes in both directions here for the person that is like, you think looks fit because they're tiny or they're small, they're slim, or they're skinny, whatever you want to say. That is not always healthy either, right? So I think sometimes with like health is not a number. Health is not a certain look. There's measures for longevity, energy, strength, blood tests, stuff on the inside that we need to look at that's going to, determine health. That's not body image.
I love this point so much because when we talk about like things swinging really far one way and swinging really far the other way, I don't think that we should celebrate unhealthy bodies on both sides of the continuum.
Yeah.
So if someone is extremely unhealthy and it's like, yeah, this is great, look at me. It's like, okay, sure, you're beautiful, but like we can't promote that as being a picture of health. No. On the same side, when we look at Olympians, and we've talked about this before, we can't be thinking that Olympians are the pinnacle of health. Because a lot of those individuals will tell you to compete at the highest level of any sport, you're going to be having to do some unhealthy things.
Yep.
Even myself, doing 6 marathons in 3 years. Sure, I'm fit, but like there's been times in these builds where I am not healthy. I know that.
You have to push yourself to a limit. That's not sustainable.
Absolutely.
You have to make sacrifices. You're maybe not feeling your best. And then let's talk about bikini models and, fitness models on stage competition.
Yeah.
I've done 5 of those. I know what you have to do to get there. And sometimes people, I want to look like a fitness model. Those people, most of them aren't that shredded. There are things that you're doing to manipulate your body to get you to look stage ready. So ask a lot of those girls, or at least back in the day when I did it, how they're feeling the day they step on stage. Fucking depleted.
Yep.
We feel like shit.
Yep.
So this is why we can't just focus on body image, because you see someone jacked and ripped and tanned on stage, they're not always in their healthiest state.
No.
And I have a good thing I wrote down here as a question. Is it really body positivity if you ignore energy, strength, or longevity in the name of acceptance? Absolutely not, in my opinion. You can love your body, but you still need to take into account and think about health markers that should be at an optimal or ideal level to determine health, not just how we look.
Love that. Yeah, I think, once again, to go back at this, I'm going to continue to reiterate this point.
Let's hear it, Isaac.
No. I just think when we talk about things to focus on, and this is, I think why we started Movement Strength and why we've seen so much success, is when we're talking about these things, our focus for our members is health. It's not to look a certain way. It's like, hey, yeah, that's great that you did a 900-pound deadlift, but like, how are you sleeping? Are you eating well? Or are you eating like an asshole?
That's why we do focus on the whole picture.
Exactly.
Right? Like you're coming 5 days a week. Great. That's awesome. But like, what else do you have going on? Are you taking care of yourself the other 23 hours of the day?
Yes.
Because that matters.
Yes. Yes. Sustainability, health, that should always be the focus.
This next one, false empowerment. Is body positivity sometimes lowering the bar? And by that, I mean, I feel like as the years have gone by, where everyone's always tiptoeing around what we say around these things. But sometimes telling someone that they are fine, you are okay as you are. I get the intention behind it. Love you. That's holding someone back from making change that they actually need to make to live a longer, better life. And then someone's like, you know what? I am good. I love my body. I'm comfortable. You're not okay with being uncomfortable to make a change that's actually going to better you.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes, we want to comfort people and we can give them comforting words when actually maybe they need to hear the hard truth because we care and love them and want them to feel their best and be healthy and be strong on the inside. So saying you're great, you're okay, you're fine as you are. And sure, there probably is a time and place when that is legit, but sometimes just comforting someone that needs to make change is like they need to hear the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's truthfully, like, how do you approach that conversation? And this isn't me putting you on the spot of like, how would you approach it? But like, do you think we should be having those conversations as coaches?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Like I will tell my clients are there to make change. If they're not making change, it's okay. Sure, I do have compassion, absolutely. Like there are times, but like they're here to make change, and that means hearing a hard truth and having me pick you up and change your mindset from comfort to I need to be uncomfortable today. I need to push today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think our job, or at least I think my job as a coach, is to get people to their best, and that's avoiding a lot of soft, comforting chatter.
Okay, I agree, but
I love it. Let's hear it. Yeah.
What's great about our position is people come to us understanding they need to make a change. So I think what's different between us and something like Good Life or Fit for Less, and not to pick on those places, it's more so people will go to those gyms and they'll go there so they can do their own thing and there won't be eyes on them. We kind of just talked about this before the podcast, before we click record.
Yep.
So sometimes I don't know if those individuals are actually ready to make a change, right? Like maybe they do need to lose weight, but they're not ready to say it. Whereas I think when people come to us, not to say that they've reached rock bottom, but it's like, hey, I understand I probably weigh more than I should, and this is beginning to become unhealthy. I need to make a change. So then they go into your program or they come to your gym, and when you have that conversation with them, they're accepting it because they're already in that headspace.
Yep.
I think sometimes where it could be difficult, and this is where the fear of where like this the body positivity can lead, is if we keep on saying that, will those individuals ever come to that realization on their own? Because they're like, well, no, I'm fine. I'm not as big as that person that they're showcasing, so I should be okay. Where it's like, someone has to have that conversation with you, or you have to have that conversation with yourself. And I don't know if a lot of people are ready for that yet.
No, and I think, and you could tell someone who's not ready to hear it and they're not going to believe it anyways.
Yeah.
Right? I think that, what was I going to say?
I know
something on the tip of my tongue.
This is why, although I do work with some individuals looking for weight loss, a lot of my stuff is a bit more performance based or like goal based, right? Like someone looking to run a marathon or half marathon. So it's funny on the flip side for me to have those conversations, especially with individuals that I've been training for a while. A lot of the times it's the opposite side where it's like, hey, you need to gain weight. And it's like, because where you're at right now isn't healthy. You need to put on 5 pounds or 10 pounds. And it's easier to have that conversation with someone.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I have had conversations with individuals that I've been training for a few years and being like, okay, so over the past 2 years, we put on 15 pounds. You look great. However, from a health standpoint, I think we might need to focus on getting that weight down a little bit. And these are some things that we can do and sustain for long term.
Yeah, I think you're I'm going to meet someone where they're at. I'm not going to come off as this crazy aggressive coach, you know. And
You're not going to be Jillian Michaels in the Biggest Loser stuff.
I'm very big, and if you work with me, you know, I'm very big on like mindset and making sure whatever we're doing, like you are in a healthy mindset and relationship with yourself, with your food and your fitness as we move forward. Yeah. Because, you know, your mind is just, you got to make sure you're in a healthy spot. It's one thing to do things and think something different, but I always want that to be very aligned, right? So here's the question that I think we should, and I guess I should say, like, it would be it's different if it's coming from a coach and you're there to make change and this coach is telling you, and then it's your best friend. Like, are you going to come in and, so I think it can depend on the scenario and the situation and how you want to frame it. But saying something like, you don't need to change anything sounds nice and gentle, but what if change is a thing that would give a woman her confidence back? We need to think about that other side. And we're always trying to protect, which I think is human nature, and not hurt feelings. But like, what if that change that you aren't telling them is what's going to fucking change their life for the best? Mm-hmm. Would you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And support them, because they probably need you in their life if no one else is telling them that, right? You're keeping them stuck in a situation that you probably both know they're not happy in.
Yeah. I'm just reflecting on what I said before, where I'm like, I would tell my client that they might need to lose weight. Mm-hmm. And people hearing this might be like, that guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's harsh.
But this is the thing that's different. And anyone that came to our gym, anyone that knows Brooke and I, know that we really care about every single person we work with. Mm-hmm. So the reason we would say that isn't because we think the person should look a certain way. It's literally because we care about that individual and them living a long and healthy and sustainable life.
And, sorry, go. I just totally interrupted you.
No. So to your point there about like, would you have that difficult conversation with someone? Once again, the reason that we're willing to have those difficult conversations is because we really do care about people. Mm-hmm. Like, we just want what's best for them.
And we have seen hundreds of transformations of people probably in your position.
Yes.
Feeling the same way, same mindset, same scenario, make change and see the impact that it has. So it may be easier for us to say with a lot of confidence, you need to do this, trust me.
Yeah.
We've done it with so many people and you're going to feel like a new person. So we might have a little bit of an edge in being able to have those conversations easier because we are so confident and convicted in what these things are going to do for you from a health perspective. And the physical stuff just comes along with it, right? Like we've talked about this before. When you have healthy habits, when you're focusing on all these other things aside from working out, your body composition is going to align with your actions.
That's right.
Whether it be like, you know, it might not be the first week, but it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a thought and then it's kind of there. A lot of the times those conversations as well, we're making it seem like it would be so blunt, but they're like the individuals that we're having these with are still kind of ready to hear them. They're not being blindsided. Mm-mm. And the conversations might look like, hey, I think we need to start to tighten up nutrition, or we need to move more because something is missing in this equation right now. There's some tact to them.
For sure. And I think, you know, there's been clients that will come in and have a hefty goal. I'm like, let's scale that back a little bit.
Yes.
We don't need to think about dropping 20 right now.
Yes.
Like, let's do this and let's focus on the first 3 pounds, right?
Yes.
So like we are there to help people adjust their goals in a reasonable, sustainable way without doing something so drastic. So yeah, we will push people to like see their potential, but we'll also call people back when that's necessary.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%. Because I think there's also been times where we might change the goal for somebody. Like someone might come in and they're like, yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds. And then just looking at the season that they're about to go in, like they're pregnant or they're looking to get pregnant. It's like, hey, weight loss shouldn't be a goal right now.
Yeah.
Like your goal should be like, let's get healthy. Let's eat some healthy food. Let's move more and do these sort of things. So it's like, it's not always about that. It's literally about what's best for the client.
Yeah. Okay. I love this next one. This is like kind of the other end of the spectrum. I think that because of this movement, and I've experienced this myself, I've tiptoed the way I've maybe said my goals sometimes, and I've heard my clients say that, is if I say, and some of my clients will be like, of course, first of all, I'm backtracking, but of course everyone wants to train or should train for the most part for the longevity, for the strength, for the, the bone health and all these good things. But women are sometimes scared to say that they want to train to look good in a bikini, to feel good in their body, to train for physique. So now, I'll have someone come in and they'll say this stuff and they're like, well, I also kind of like, I want to fit in these jeans. I'm like, you don't need to lower your tone because you have an aesthetic goal. I'll be the first one to say, I train for strength, absolutely, but also with an aesthetic goal right beside it. I do want to look good and I'm not going to shy away from that. And I think it's okay for women to say that, but women will shy away because now we're betraying this whole movement that we should just train for, we just need to love ourselves and shouldn't need to say that we want to look good in a bikini. If you want to fucking look good in a string bikini or you want to fit into, great. If that's going to be motivation for you to better your life, become more committed to your health, then you should do it.
What's a string bikini?
Stop.
Yeah, you could tell you're passionate about that one. That is the topic that you and I have always talked about. Mm-hmm. We've talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
And the reason is because we saw the shift where when we first opened the gym, people would be a lot more, so we opened in 2017. People would be a lot more open in those initial conversations to be like, yeah, I need to lose weight. Like I want to lose weight. I want to look good at the beach. I want to look good for my wife. I want to look good for my husband, whatever it may be. And then we got into this period where like we saw it. People stopped saying it. And they're like, yeah, I want to get strong. And that was the thing. And we're like, okay.
It's like they were scared to say they wanted to lose weight because then it's vain.
Exactly. And then we obviously will go in and we'll be like, okay, so like looking to gain some strength. Are you looking to lose some weight as well? And it's always like, oh, yeah, for sure. Looking to lose about 20 pounds. It's like, oh, okay. So it is a goal. Like, don't be afraid to say it. If it's not, and that's like, it doesn't have to be the goal. Yeah. For many of our members, it isn't necessarily the goal. It could be a byproduct, but yeah, like it's, you have permission. If you want to lose weight, lose weight. If you want to look a certain way, that's totally cool as well.
I think about when Luke and I left London and moved out to Vic, and kind of like where I started my own thing, working for myself. So this was like, I don't know, 13 years ago. I made this program and I was trying to think of the name. And in my mind, this program was kind of like what I do now, like transforming people on a habit level, changing their nutrition. And I was having trouble coming up with something. And I was like, I know women want to lose weight. Women want to feel good. Women want to look good. But I felt like I could not make the program about, do you want to know what I called the program? Fucking lame. The You Project. And it was a project on you, but I really tiptoed around what I wanted to say because of the way society was at that time. It's like I couldn't say like a bang and bod program. Like I had to be like, oh, this is about... And it is about that too, but it can be about both.
100%. And
I always think about that. Like that's not really what I wanted to name the project or the program, but I did because I felt like we were just in this era of like, no, we're not training for bikini bods now because we are fine the way we are. And this is about loving. And again, I feel like I always need to be like, I do believe that. And it is very important. But yeah, that was a time when it's like, It was about changing your physique. It was about eating healthy. And I felt like I couldn't say all of that then.
Yes. And I think, and once again, the reason, like this podcast could be 15 minutes long if it was just our members listening to it because they know us and they know that we care. But I think the reason that it'll be double that amount, if not triple, is for the people that don't know us, where we're like, we're not pieces of shit. Like, I promise you, we are not pieces of shit.
We need to back up what we're saying with our reasoning.
So even with like, if you do want to get that bang and bod program, like...
would have been a good name.
Right? That's not bad. That doesn't mean eat 1,200 calories. And the reason I say that is because that's what a lot of people will think when they hear that. But anybody that knows Brooke knows that there's no such thing as a 1,200 calorie program in her eyes. Like that does not exist.
Yeah, I think it really depends like on the person too and the individual and where they're at. Like if we're setting a calorie target, we won't go down this rabbit hole, but like your body size, your activity level, 100%. All of that comes into play. Yes. So if someone's 4'11" or 5 and they're not working out much, sure, 12, 1300. But yes, we're good. Yeah. To be,
It's not a blanket statement.
it's not a blanket statement. And to be your best doesn't always mean less
Yes.
food.
Yes.
So just to like close this one on the other end of the spectrum, the question I had here was, when did wanting to lose weight or build muscle become or seem like a betrayal? It's not. So if you want to look good, don't be afraid to say it. You can have both. You can want to train to aesthetic, goals, and you can want to train for longevity and strength and mobility and whatever else you want to train for.
Love it.
Okay. This is kind of on identity and labels, kind of like as a reflection. And I think we kind of went over this, but yeah, I think we kind of did. Are we telling women to shrink their vision of what's possible by saying, just accept it, and, capping potential and reinforcing settling? Again, just like the bigger topic, love yourself the way you are. Love yourself and want to improve. My personal motto is, and I've said this before on the podcast, is proud but never satisfied. I am proud of the work I put in. I'm proud of where I am, but that never satisfied part is not like I'm, there's this person I'm striving to be and I'm not happy and I'm never satisfied. It's not like that. It keeps me from being complacent.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a great motto to have no matter where you are. Be proud of starting. Be proud of where you are right now, even if you're not where you want to be. Another saying that I love, and I have to try and remember it correctly, is like, it's like along the lines of like, love yourself in the process of becoming, right? Like, don't just wait until you're here to be happy and be proud. Like, be proud of where you are in the process. Always strive for more. And I think wherever you put that bar is where you're going to hit. Mm-hmm. You put it low, you don't have high standards, you're going to sit there. Raise the bar high. Even if you don't reach it, you're going to aim higher. So I think that this body positivity really can set the bar low for some people, especially the ones who maybe haven't ventured into health and know that they, or fitness and training and know that they should. It's going to set the bar low if we don't. And I don't know, I'm just personally about women reaching a potential, getting out of a comfort zone, pushing themselves beyond comfort. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to think of something. No, it escaped me. It's gone.
Okay. So,
just the process of loving training. Like, that's just like, if we think of everyone that has been, who has seen a lot of success in any program, they have to enjoy the process. Like, if you hate coming to the gym or going to the gym, mm-hmm. you need to figure out a way to enjoy training. Maybe it's not, lifting weights 7 days a week. Maybe it's doing 2 days of strength training and then you're playing pickleball or tennis or whatever. But like, you have to fall in love with the process, because this is a lifelong game that you've signed up for. It's not just something that you're going to do for 6 months and stop.
Yeah. And something else that I was just looking for that exact quote that I wanted to share. Oh, wait, here it is. No, that's not it. But if you don't like strength training, like, figure out a way to like it. Figure out a way to like it. Don't avoid it.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard time agreeing with just do what you like. I like to walk. I'm sorry. That's not it's only gonna benefit you. Then you're gonna hit a wall, mm-hmm. and there's no more benefits. Like, there's just everyone should be strength training. And if you don't like it in the moment, like what it's doing for you, because it is doing something for you. So figure out a way to like it.
And there's so many different things. It doesn't need to be deadlifts and back squats.
Doesn't need to be with a barbell.
No, it could be goblet squats. It could be kettlebells. It could be sled pushes, sled pulls. Like, there's so many different ways to build that strength.
And who has started weight training that didn't like it, started to see gains and feel strong and amazing and be like, I don't fucking like it. Yeah. You will learn to like it when your body composition changes, when you start to feel the strongest you've ever felt, when you start accomplishing things in the gym, doing the things you said you didn't want to do or you couldn't do. Like, you will start to like it. So find a way to, even me, like, I'll tell my clients, if you don't feel like working out, you need to stop that thought in your tracks. And I do this to myself. Think about how I'm going to feel after. Yeah. That post-workout feeling, that it will drive me every time. You can hate the first 10 minutes, maybe your whole workout, but after, like I said, you're never going to regret a work. You will never. Yeah. You're always going to feel better. So find a way to like lifting weights.
I don't know, this might be a bold statement, but like, okay, so we do strength training in our classes.
Mm-hmm.
We do some, conditioning or like weights with cardio or cardio with weights. But I have never really heard a member saying, I don't like working out at your gym. Like, I don't enjoy working out. Everyone enjoys it.
Yeah.
And it's if you don't love strength training, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love strength training. You might not like working out on your own. And this is where the benefit of a community would be. Or it's vice versa. You don't like working out in a group and you would rather do it alone or in a smaller group or whatever. So it's like the environment can play a really big role into that. So if you've tried it and you don't like it, try it again in a different type of environment.
When you are working out with a group of people, whether you're new or a vet, like it's
so much better.
It's so fun. Like we're all not just, no one's talking and we're just like drill sergeant with the exercises. Like we're laughing. People are having fun. Like you might actually forget that you're doing so much good for your body because you're actually having fun.
Yeah. I make bad joke. I pretend to know stand-up comedy for an hour. It's literally just me trying to make people laugh. And then no laughs, and then people laugh because it's not funny. That's how it works.
Yeah, it can be fun.
Yes.
It can be a really great time.
Absolutely.
So just closing off the last section, kind of like on the identity and labels. Next time you want to say this or someone says to you, like, just accept it. You're perfect the way you are. You're fine the way you are. I want you to think about, is this keeping you stuck in an identity that does not serve you? Truthfully.
Say that again.
You're saying to me, like, you're fine, you don't need to change anything. I would be thinking, is this keeping me stuck in an identity that does not serve me, that is stopping me from growing, that is stopping me from getting out of my comfort zone? So whether you're receiving or wanting to say that comment, I think you should think about it in that perspective. Comfort, but are you actually holding that person back by reassuring them that they're safe in this place that isn't going to be good long term?
Yeah. Yeah, like if it was you, like if you, I'm just trying to think. So if you were an unhealthy individual, would you not want someone to try to help you? And of course, we're like the answer is most likely going to be yes.
If someone says no, they're in fucking denial.
Yeah.
Who's going to say, I don't actually want to be healthy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there are some people out there that are so miserable and comfortable in their own life that they're like, I don't want to be healthy. But like for someone to be alive and not want to feel good, I don't know. I can't imagine that. So maybe it's something you don't want to hear, but deep down, you would know if that is true and what you needed to hear.
Yes.
Right? So like, yeah, depending on how that person words it or says it to you, I think, that person could actually save your life.
Yes.
It could be one word, one sentence, one conversation that has you go, holy shit, maybe I do need to do that. Maybe I do need to start today, start tomorrow, I'd stop waiting. So I would want you to say that out of my best interest. Whether you do it or not, I think it would spark a thought and possibly a movement in your life.
I also think it's important that, and we should have started with this, is like to define what we mean by healthy. Because we're not saying everyone should have 6-pack abs.
No.
Like that is the last thing we're saying.
Not everyone can look like you.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, of course. So I just did a quick little ChatGPT. What does healthy mean? So one thing that we've often said is health is defined as the absence of disease. So if you're not sick, you were considered healthy. And I think that's one part of being healthy. And I'm happy that ChatGPT realized this as well. Because for sure, there are a lot of individuals who maybe like aren't at a healthy weight. But if they're not sick, they're not, like, there's that lack or that absence of disease, they'd be like, well, I'm healthy. Why do I need to change? So then it kind of goes into a little bit more of an explanation. So the World Health Organization expanded to define as health a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not just being free from illness. For most of us, health is about having the capacity to live the life that we want which means energy to show up for work, family, and friends, strength and mobility to do daily tasks without pain, emotional balance to handle stress and enjoy life, habits that support longevity, nutrition, movement, sleep, relationships. So I think that's good. Where it's
I think that's
it's a very all-encompassing statement.
Yeah.
But it's not strictly the absence of disease. And the reason why I think that's also important to note is, if for someone who is extremely overweight, they might hit certain health markers today. But if they continue down this road, is that going to lead to a lot of illness and disease in the future? And that's what we need to be thinking about as well.
We need to be thinking about optimal state, not where we are in the moment. So sure, and we have seen people come in because their doctors have been like, yo, you need to do something about it. If you're fine right now, you don't want to get to the point where they're like, you better change your shit now or something's going to happen. So yes, absent of disease, it's obviously a great thing, but like if you continue on that path, where is it going to take you? You want to be optimal.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Yes.
And just because you don't have disease does not mean that you are optimal.
And I know that, it can very much seem like we are solely focusing on weight loss. But once again,
I think we're covering the whole spectrum.
Exactly.
And talking about like not just everything.
Just like we've had tough conversations where maybe someone needs to lose weight, we've equally had tough conversations where it's like, hey, you need to gain weight. Like it's on both sides of the spectrum. It's not simply just one. Both sides can cause a lot of, health issues and concerns.
Mm-hmm. Ready to move on to the next point?
Oh, there's more. How much more do we have?
Not much more.
Okay.
Like one thing. Okay.
Oof, okay. Like I said, this could be a 15-minute podcast, but nope.
Okay. So we're going to talk about like a middle ground of body neutrality and self-respect. So the note I have here is maybe the healthiest path, isn't body love or body hate, it's body respect. So this is respecting your body, caring for it, and building discipline for the future and focusing on, self-mastery as the middle ground. So yes, we still want to, but having respect for yourself. And that is putting in work. And that is caring about how you feel and where you're going and where you're at. Because you can still love your body and not have respect and stay stuck.
Yeah.
And I think deep down, we all know if we're where we should be or if we could do better. I ask my clients that all the time. I'm like, could you do better? Because I don't know that. From looking on paper and, checking off our accountability markers, things look good on my end, but could you do better? Only you know. So I think that's a really good, deep self question that people should ask themselves regularly. Is there more to give?
I like it.
Okay, we have our closing ceremony.
Is this a big one?
No, this is just,
okay.
Here's the truth.
Uh-oh.
Acceptance without action isn't empowerment. It's a trap. Real empowerment comes from respecting your body enough to take care of it. Do you need me to repeat that?
Yes.
Okay. Acceptance without action isn't empowerment. It is a trap. Okay? So you can accept, but without action, you are kind of staying stuck. Real empowerment comes from respecting your body enough to take care of it. Mic drop. Boom.
It's kind of relating to the previous point as well, and kind of with this one. I don't know if you had this, but like, so I have 2 kids now, and just from like a nutrition standpoint and a movement standpoint, the things that we do for our kids, like if we just showed the same amount of love for ourselves that we show for our kids, I think we would all be healthy individuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to give Mateo McDonald's every single day because I know that's not good for him. Or like I'll make sure that he's eating certain vegetables. Well, why am I not making sure that I'm eating certain vegetables? I'm not going to lead him to eat chips all day long. So why am I eating chips all day long?
And like the people that will get up and move for the kids, you're going to go for a walk because your kids want to go for the walk. They want to go to they want to go to the park. They want to ride their bike. Like do that for yourself too.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's like showing up for your best friend. If they needed you there, you would show up for them. Why don't you show up for yourself like that?
Absolutely.
It's the hard parts because it comes down to personal accountability. And this is where it's hard. No one actually gives a shit if you eat veggies, Isaac. It doesn't affect me, your diet. But you have to care about yourself enough to take those actions.
Yes.
So I think that's a really important thing. And that's why, as moms and, women, there's so much going. What are the first things to go in a busy life of a mom? Their self.
Yeah.
Their workouts, their meals, their walk time, their personal time, because no one is affected if they don't do those things.
Mm-hmm.
But you are. I am. So, yeah.
And
start putting yourself first. Like you are serving you like you would serve your kids or take care of your husband in the family. Like you have to pretend like, if you were facing you right there and you really needed something, like you got to do that.
Talking to those good dads out there too, though, and those good husbands. This is one of the reasons I started yard work, right? Like, don't get me wrong, moms, the bomb.
No, this is a great point. I think that there's a lot of men out there who give all for their family and work long
100%.
hours and let the wife have downtime because they've been and then they're neglecting their fitness. I'm glad you brought that up because that is important.
Absolutely. And even from like an emotional standpoint, like I think it's getting better, but like, I'll be honest, I don't talk about my feelings.
You cry all the time to me.
No, I bottle those deep inside because it's like, I don't need to tell my wife that I'm tired because my wife is up.
Don't you dare say you're tired.
My wife is up a lot more than me. So I think
your feelings matter.
I think as guys and dads and husbands and boyfriends and brothers and whatever, like I think a lot of the times we try to bottle up all those bits and try to be strong for those around us where sometimes we need to take care of ourselves as well so we can show up for our families better. So
everybody needs to just show up for themselves.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And this is another topic, which one where I think we're aligned, but it's pretty unpopular, where like, okay, so we talk about a food list or being very strict on what we eat, like not eating shit or drinking at all. And I think it's important for people to experience that for a period of time. And that way they truly understand what optimal feels like. Mm-hmm. And what made me think of that is when you were talking about like people having to have vegetables because like no one gives a shit. And then if you're having vegetables, but then you're eating 17 steaks along with it and McDonald's, it's not going to make a difference. But if you truly are, eating that wide gamut of all the micros and macros that you need, then you start to feel so amazing. You're like, wow, this is what I've been missing out on. And that's where you're like, okay, I don't want to go back to this other life. I want to stay optimal.
And I think everyone should prove their own discipline to themselves and show them that you actually have it. Try. You know what you need to remember if you're trying to like eat, you're not going to fucking die. You're actually going to thrive. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, I can't telling someone like, if someone's like, oh, I can't have chips, I can't have cheese for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I can't have glass. You're actually going to thrive and your life will be better. Just like, trust me, right? Yeah. I think we automatically think negatively when we're taking things out that we normally have, when that's what you need to do. Like experience what feeling good truly feels like. I can't tell you how many people, or there's people that think, if you think feeling sluggish, tired, lethargic is just normal, it is not normal.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's common, but it's not normal. That's not how we are meant to feel.
Yep.
And everyone should, yes, I agree, have a period of time where they're like disciplined with their food. You can eat a lot of food. You can eat. It's just food is medicine. Yeah. It is your poison or it is your power.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No, that's it.
So that was...
How long was that?
About 40-ish minutes.
It had to be. There was no way this was going to be a short one today.
No.
But I'm glad we did it. It's like, oh, we talked about the thing we talk about behind closed doors. Now we just said it to the world.
We were just like, eggshell, tippy-toe.
Like last week, we're actually like, okay, we're not ready to talk about it yet. We need to have some notes and a very clear path. But I feel like we got across our point well. And we believe in loving yourself and respecting yourself, but those can be different things.
100%.
Love yourself enough to respect it and do the thing that's going to make you healthy from the inside out on all levels, to feel optimal and to just live a good life.
And just know, especially for all of our members, we care deeply about all of you and
Oh, yeah.
your health.
I cry in a lot of my meetings with my clients because, like, when they tell me things they're happy about, literally, if you're my client, you start crying, I'm crying. I do. I cannot help it. There's like when someone tells you that they've like, I don't know, maybe I'm just super sensitive, but like gone off medication or like these big goals, I'm like, I'm going to talk to you from this way so that you can't see my eyes are watering right now, you know? So we care. Their goals are our goals. I really feel strongly about that because we want them to succeed so much.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's, we almost like live vicariously through them, right? Like when they hit their goals, we're like, yes,
and
amazing.
I know we won't keep going on, but if someone were to ask me like who inspires me, this is not cheesy. This is like the legitimate truth. It's like our members that just show up every day.
Yeah.
Like just seeing everyone work out and, to take care of their body for that 1 hour of the day. You don't know what's going on in their life, but they showed up. Like it is inspiring.
Yeah.
I don't have some picture of some, ripped, we would say like picture perfect woman as like this person that inspires me. It's literally the people that just show up for themselves.
Yeah.
Because when I don't want to do it, I'm like, fuck, how many members showed up today for them? What's my excuse? I got to go.
It's so funny you talk about this because so yesterday at Run Club, I was running alongside somebody and they're like, oh man, like, so they're doing their first marathon and they're like, man, it's going to be so hard, but obviously not as hard as like what you ran. Like you ran really fast. That must be really hard. I'm like, honestly, what you're doing to me is so much more impressive because I might be out there for just over 3 hours. You're out there for over 4 hours. That is an extra hour and a bit on your feet. Like that seems so much worse. And it's like you can't compare. It's different
Hard is
strokes
relative
for different
to the
folks.
person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like when I see people out walking or running, if I'm on a run, I want to high five everybody.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
Like you're actually inspiring me right now. I'm so happy I got out here to see you running, even if they're like a speed walk or like I love seeing old people like trying to run and maybe it's a slow jog or like it's just, I think the general population, anyone who's taking care of themselves is inspiring and you don't need to look far.
Yes, and it's so we've talked about this before as well. Like I love when I see like an older guy that maybe isn't in like the shape that you would think someone would be if they take their shirt off and they're running shirtless. And same thing with females. Like they're not what you would see on the magazine to be wearing a sports bra, but they're like running outside in a sports bra. I'm like, I fucking love that you have the confidence to do that.
Same.
You're loving your body in the right way. Like to me, that's where I'm like, I support that 100%.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't easy for them to get out and run down Oxford when they're just starting their running journey.
Yes.
It's like I want to honk, but I don't want to scare you.
Yes.
Like literally want to roll down my window and be like, "Good job,"
Yeah.
like
but
that.
then I'd be afraid that they think I'm judging them. I'm like,
I know.
I'm not. I swear this is a positive, good job.
Yeah, I've given a couple pounds or like peace signs or thumbs up to people running because like
peace signs. Is that your go-to?
If someone like runners, everyone.
Yeah. Question: if you run, okay, so me and you are running by each other. What's your go-to? I know, and I don't know you. Shut up.
Yes.
Your peace sign?
Well, not like this. Not like, hey, but I'll be just, it's more like okay, maybe it's not this. Maybe it's just like a loose, but yeah, I'm like, hey.
So you go this.
Yeah, I'm that.
I'm this.
You're a head nodder.
I'm a head nodder.
But
I
then I'm
just
like, run up and hug everyone that I run past.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just like, yeah, like kind of like a peace sign. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if the head nod's enough.
It's got to be deliberate.
Yeah. So then sometimes I'll go like this.
A little flick of the wrist. Hey. Yeah, I'm a peace sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi to everyone when you're out there, please, people.
Yes.
Like
eye contact, smile.
You've probably done this too. You pass like the same person sometimes a couple times, depending on your route. It's like, hey, again,
Yeah. See, I'm usually, because this happens a lot, I'll do a head nod the first time or like a little wave. And then if I see the person again, I'll pull one of these.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I try to add something. Oh, now I know you.
It's
Smile.
like when, we're going so off topic here, but like, how if you're walking in the store and there's two doors and someone holds the door for you and it's like once you're like, thanks. And then they hold the second door. You got to say thanks again the second time for holding the second door. It's like if you run past someone twice, like I'm going to acknowledge you again.
Yeah.
Even if they don't.
Now we're off topic. People, you can stop listening, but this is more, now I want to know certain things.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in a grocery store or the mall.
Yeah.
And then you see someone but not like me, your best friend, but someone else.
Yeah.
So you're talking, okay, and then you're like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. Okay, but you still clearly have to do grocery shopping.
Yeah.
How do you end that conversation?
like, how do I say, okay, I'm going to go now?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to get going.
Okay.
Or, okay, like, well, enjoy your day. And then you just start pushing your cart.
Okay,
And it's gradual.
What if they're like, they say, all right, I'll see you later. And they start pushing the cart in the same place that you have to push your cart.
Yeah, you just.
What do? You
look the other day like it's not awkward.
Do you follow them?
Sure, if I need to go in that
And
direction.
you won't say anything?
No, I'll probably like just bump them in the back with my cart a little bit.
Okay.
A little heel tap. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing my route. If you're in front of me, I'm following you.
Yeah, so I always end it now if I see someone that I know in a public place.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, I'll see you later. I'm sure I'm going to see you again in like 5 minutes in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
So
that way it gives me permission that I don't have to talk to them again. This is for certain. Now you guys know. If I've ever
everyone knows your plan. You just gave it away.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, I'm going this way. So you go that way.
I hope I don't see you again. That's what you're really saying.
Man, because when I worked at Apple, it would happen all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if we know, oh, we're going in the same place. Cool. Let's continue the conversation as we go this way.
I think once you have an initial conversation, you're not required to have a second one.
Well, I don't know.
No, you're not.
Yeah, but then what do? You do this. when you
No, I would just no. If I don't have anything to say and I've already talked to you once, I'm gonna grab the lettuce beside your lettuce and not say anything. Like
that's psychopath behavior.
No, it's not. It's like
so you're telling
what are
me
you gonna say?
if
Oh,
we
look at these leafy greens; they're so good.
We talked in the bread section.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we meet up in the leafy green section.
I might talk to you. I don't know.
You might not. You wouldn't even acknowledge me.
Yeah, I will acknowledge you, but I don't feel the need to have another conversation with you.
Yeah, you would just say like, "Oh, spinach instead of iceberg." Eh?
Oh, you're getting lettuce too. Enjoy your salad. I don't know. Yeah. Might say something small talk. I don't know.
These are the things that keep me up at night.
Yeah, clearly.
All right.
Okay.
That's been a solid hour.
The best ones.
Okay, we will. Next week. Mm-hmm. I'm gone early, so we gotta.
Where are you going?
Chicago.
Oh, right.
Chi-town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Will be a good podcast when you get back.
Yeah, we'll talk about it something beforehand.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.